Hey guys, Dan here again, and Badger. Always sleeping. It's Sterling Self-Defense. Alright, we're here for part 1953 of the numerous power plug tests. Alright, just took out the last one we did the video on. That was just the direct air ASA. Now, we have the direct air ASA and my new power plug modular one that can screw in either other power plugs or direct ASAs or any combination of all of them. So we're going to test that out. And actually, I just heard the CNC machine finish up one of the power plugs on Opt 1. So why don't we go in there? I got to change that out. Badger, you want to go in the shop? You got to change the part. You stay here? Nah, whatever. All right, let's go change that part real quick. Then we'll come back and we'll test it out. And hopefully there's no leaks this time. I think I waited 24 hours. I don't remember when I did it yesterday now. Let's hope so. Sorry, shop's still a mess, under construction, like everything else. Oh, all right. Put you guys over here. Let me just change this out real quick. This is how the power plugs are made. All right. Pull this sucker out. Dual small vices in here to switch over operations, so I don't have to do multiple operations in one, and it saves a lot of time. Let me clean this off. Alright. So there she is, power plug for Op 1, all done. I just got to put it in for Op 2 and take off the back. But for now, I'm going to leave the back on because this might turn into a modular, and I will need that 40 thou on there for that. So let me just set up another one. I got some pre-cut. Here's a little block of aluminum. I got the machine all set up to run the operation in this position. Straight. Got to make sure it's in there tight. You don't want it shooting all over and crashing and breaking your tools, which I have done. Alright, it's all set up to Op 1. Changing the tool out. You take a light pass on the outside to make sure the tool's in the right position. Clear this drain. All the chips build up and block the drain a little bit. we're good to go there. Now, let's go back in the other side of the shop. All right, and there's Badger again. Didn't even bother getting up. Playing with a fly. It's a rough life. Get him, bad fly. All right. And right, we're ready to shoot. Sorry about that. I gotta get them done. Okay. Eye protection. That's my arm gloss. That is a good one. Yeah, let's get a tank on here. Load it up with 8-gram joules. And of course, you got a O-ring. Freaking O-ring. All right. Let me change this O-ring. Always something with this one. All right, let me go change this O-ring. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back, and we have wet Loctite that didn't dry. I can't win with Loctite. Maybe a little bit under 24 hours, but I don't know. I got to check the humidity in my shop. I don't know why it's not drying. I may have been a little under 24 hours, but not that far under. It's still all wet. That's crazy. All right, well, once again, this video is never going to be able to be finished, because every time I go to finish it, I've got wet Loctite again. So I have to clean these all up, re-Loctite, and this time I'm going to put them in an actual dry space with some desiccant and let them sit for 24 hours in there. This way I'm controlling the humidity, and I know they'll be done in 24 hours because there won't be any humidity thrown in there. So I won't put this video out till that one's back. So you guys won't have to wait, but I will. All right, so I will see you on the same one. Stay safe. All right, guys, I am back. Now, I figured out what the problem was. Most of my parts I make on the CNC, which has got cooling fluid that goes through it. That's got no oil in it. This part, if you remember the other video, I made this part, the modular power plug, on the lathe. And when I use the lathe, I use thread oil, stuff like that, to keep the part cool, and to keep everything flowing and my tooling sharper. So, but after I did that, in the video, I was showing how to Loctite. Didn't clean the oil off. Usually parts like that, I take right over the parts washer, clean them all up, wash them, dry them, and then do it. But I think the oil's reacting with the red Loctite and not letting it harden. So that's got to be what it is. 'Cause I've never seen, like, 2-3 times, whatever it's been, where it's still liquid after 24 hours. So thinking that's definitely it. So hopefully, I kind of thought that after I Loctited the last time. I did wipe it down pretty good, but probably still had some oil on it. So, oh well, hopefully it doesn't leak this time. But if it does, I'll take it over to the parts washer, clean it all down, and acetone, make sure all the oil's off. And we'll go from there. But hopefully this is it. So, all right. Here is the direct ASA with added power plug. All right. Where's my glasses? There they are. Oh, gotta load this. Grab some joules. Usual 8-gram joules. All in. Where here. Air up. Cross our fingers. Still got a little bit of a leak, but we're gonna shoot anyway. Ooh, 560. It came back like a rocket. 620. 586. 612. 598. Ooh, that's all. Alright, we still got a slight leak, and you can see there, liquid Loctite. See it? See? The Loctite is still wet on my finger, and it's well after 24 hours. So, we learned something else with this too. When you got your fittings, you're going to Loctite them, make sure there's no oil on them. Best way to do that is take some acetone. Well, there's one thing you do too. You can put in the oven for an hour at 350. That'll bake out any oil and any moisture. That's what I do with a lot of parts too, especially when I'm sear coating. But acetone will get any moisture and oil right off it. Just put it on pretty liberally, wipe it down real good, and then do it again. So now I know what the problem was. I didn't do that last time. I just wiped it down, you know, decent, but I didn't think about the oil because I forgot this wasn't all CNC made product. This was made on the lathe. It was a prototype. Now, I do all my prototype, you know, round stuff and stuff I could do on the lathe. So I just forgot about the whole oil, but woohoo! That was some monster numbers with the direct and the power plug added to it. Double that volume up. You know, not have to do the math. Those 600 and change, that's a lot. It's just a lot. It's a lot of joules. So much more than any of us need. So that's it for this one. And one more thing, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to get orders out as quick as I can. And just realized the other day, I'm looking at my orders and I'm like, wow, man, I'm up to 1,100 and I think it was 1,144 orders I put out already this year. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of orders. That's why I'm screwing a couple up here and there. And I'm like, wait, I did a double take. It's not 1,100. It's 11,150 something now. So almost 12,000 orders me by myself have put out in the last year. So guys, realize, hey, if it's a little late, you know, it happens. I'm one guy, over 12,000 orders in 1 year. That's pretty freaking damn impressive. You know, it's supposed to be a hobby. Now it's getting freaking insane. And unfortunately, in that amount of orders, that amount of people, you're going to get some freaking idiots. And out of almost 12,000 orders out, I think I just got up to 3 people that are unhappy out of all those people. But you're always going to get idiots. And I got this guy in the UK, sends me a message. He bought a kit and some other stuff, just little part stuff. And a V-cast bolt spring. He's telling me, the bolt spring's defective. It's a bolt spring. He's like, oh, it's getting stuck in there, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's a bolt. I said, I'm like, it's a bolt spring. I'm like, what are you trying to, did you take out the old spring? I'm guessing maybe he left the old spring in and put another spring over it. But he's saying it's defective. I'm like, how can a bolt spring be defective? It's a bolt spring. And he's like, and it looks used. Okay, when you make, well, you guys know, when you make a spring, springs, you know, it's round material, usually music wire or type of stainless steel. They call it music wire. That's what it's called. But you got to grind the ends. Otherwise, it's going to be round and not flat. So it's not used. All the springs are ground on the ends. So it doesn't land on a round. It lands on a flat. Well, it's not used. Now, I don't sell used parts. I sell more parts for First Strike and Pepperball than anyone else in the world. And you can verify that. Check it out. I buy more parts than anybody. Everybody pretty much combined. So I don't need to sell used parts, and I don't sell used parts. Any parts, I don't even keep old parts. I throw them away so they don't get mixed in with new parts. So that will never happen. But point being is, it's a bolt spring. How can a bolt spring be defective? I've never seen it, out of all the thousands and thousands of bolt springs I've seen, of all springs, I've never seen a defective one. It's a piece of metal wrapped in a wind, and it gives a certain amount of pressure, depending on the material it's made out of, the kind of metal, the spacing, and the size of the actual metal. That gives you the right tension to match your sear. Everything works together in the same speed. That's why your springs work together, your sear spring, your bolt spring. It comes back and the sear's got to recatch. It's the speed thing. But anyway, point being is, this is one of the most simple inventions ever in the world, for the fact that it cannot malfunction unless there's something else going on exterior to this spring. So if you're having a problem with a spring, don't blame the spring. Find out what the problem is. I didn't understand what he was talking about, because basically the fact is he didn't understand what he was talking about. So I'm trying to figure out all I can think of is he left the old spring in and put the new spring in. You could do that, by the way. It's hard to get the barrel in, but it will go in. And it probably thread and jam up inside together, but it can be done. I even had one customer, I won't mention names, but he's doing his build, and he's putting the kit in, and he's like, yeah, it's not working right, I don't understand it. And I'm going over, well, what'd you do? You do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you put the bolt, or the right bolt spring in, or did you maybe put the old one? No, I put the right bolt spring in, went right in the back, put the cap on. I'm like, wait, what? You put the bolt spring in, then you put the back cap on? Yeah. I was like, what? Instead of putting in the front, you put in the back of the bolt, and then screwed the back cap on. I'm like, oh, that's why it's not working. So, guys, watch the videos. If you don't know, watch the video. Beginning till end. Pause it as you're going, do it with the video. This way, stuff like this don't happen. But as I can't figure it out, if anyone out there has an idea of how a bolt spring can malfunction, please let me know. Because I've never come across it. In the many years I've been doing this, I've never seen a defective bolt spring. I've seen weak bolt springs. I've seen too strong bolt springs. Never seen a defective one, because I can't figure out what would make it defective. Unless it like broke, if it was weak brittle metal, like, because that didn't happen with this guy, but who knows. Anyway, so Kenny from the UK, find something else to buy off then. If you're not happy with it, whatever. I'll refund your money for your bolt spring, whatever. But maybe this hobby's not for you. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so 3 people out of 12,000 orders aren't happy with me. Can't please everybody. What are you going to do? If you don't like me, don't buy from me. I personally couldn't give a fuck. I would prefer less people actually bought off me, so I had more time to do other things that I like to do. Anyway, that's it for this one. There we go, guys. Big numbers. Got a lot of new stuff coming up. Once again, stuff I can't talk about, but a lot of new stuff on the horizon. Big stuff. A couple other, another big company asked me to take a look at something for them, maybe build them one of their guns. So maybe got that going too. We'll see. That would be pretty cool, the idea I got for that. But anyway, we'll see. Got a bunch of new videos coming out, and yeah, trying to get stuff done over here. But anyway, guys, stay safe, and I will see you on the next one.